Dear students, today we are going to discuss about the process of osmosis as well as diffusion. So, the process of diffusion or osmosis that takes place from a higher concentration to lower concentration. That means in case of osmosis, the movement of substances or movement of molecules, it will take place from its higher concentration to lower concentration. Higher concentration to lower concentration. So we can say that the process of diffusion means it is the movement of substances or movement of gas from its higher concentration to lower concentration. On the other hand, the process of osmosis that also takes place from its higher concentration to lower concentration through a semi-permeable membrane. Semi-permeable membrane or through selectively permeable membrane. The main difference between these osmosis as well as diffusion, that is the presence of selectively permeable membrane in case of osmosis. Or we can say that in case of osmosis, the movement of substances, movement of liquid or movement of water, that will take place from its higher concentration to lower concentration through a semi-permeable membrane or through selectively permeable membrane. So in case of osmosis, there is presence of selectively permeable membrane compared with diffusion. So both of these processes like diffusion as well as osmosis, that mostly takes place in case of gas as well as in case of liquid. So in case of diffusion, simply the movement of substances that will take place from its higher concentration to lower concentration, and osmosis, there also movement of substances will take place from its higher concentration to lower concentration through a selectively permeable membrane. So in both these cases, the movement of substances or movement of particles will take place. Suppose if it is a cell, so if it is surrounding medium, so the movement of substances that will take place from is higher to lower concentration. So movement will take, sometimes substance will move out or sometimes substances will enter into the cell to equalize the concentration. Clear? So that is why there is movement. So water will move into as well as out of the cell to equalize concentration, mostly in case of osmosis. First we will discuss about isotonic solution. So isotonic solution means such a type of solution we have the same concentration. So the same concentration as that of the cell or inside the cell as well as outside the cell. Both these medium, they will have same concentration. So there is no higher concentration or lower concentration. There is no difference like higher concentration or lower concentration. That means inside the cell, same concentration of water present as well as outside the cell or outside the medium, there are also same concentration of water present. So this is cell. So this means cell or inside the cell, and this is outside the cell or it is medium. We can say that it is a surrounding medium, and this is the cell. So inside the cell as well as outside the cell or outside the medium, the same concentration of water is present. That means here it is written that 90% of water as well as 10% of salt inside the cell. Then the medium surrounding the cell that also having same concentration, that is 90% of water and 10% of salt. That means inside the cell as well as outside the cell, both of these having same concentration of water. So there is no movement of molecules, or we can't say that there is no movement from its higher to lower concentration. Clear? Here substances or liquid or particles, it will move inside the cell as well as outside the cell. Then there is no movement of substances or particles from its higher to lower concentration. That means equal movement will take place. Okay. So the displacement of water from the cell that is equal to the displacement of water outside the cell, because both will have same concentration of water. So there is no net movement of water. Or we can say that the size of the cell, there is no change in the size of the cell. Size of the cell will not have any effect on it. Clear? Because equal amount of water that will move outside. On the other hand, same amount of water that will enter into the cell. So outside as well as inside, that means exit as well as the entry of water, that is equal in this case. That means in case of isotonic solution, the cell, it do not have any change in its size. Next condition, next situation, that is hypertonic solution. In case of hypertonic solution, that means the concentration of water, hyper, concentration is higher, concentration hyper. So concentration of water is high in the cell than the outside medium. So here 90% of water and only 10% of salt. Then outside the medium, that is having 80% of water and 20% of salt. So inside the cell, the concentration is high. Inside the cell, concentration is high, and outside the cell, here the concentration is low. So what will happen? Normally, what will happen in this case? Water from the cell will move outside the medium. Okay, so there is movement of water that will take place. That means it will move out of the cell. It will move out of the cell. So what will happen to the size of the cell? The size of the cell will decrease. So cell size will decrease. Size of the cell will decrease due to exosmosis. Due to exosmosis. That means movement of water out of the cell outside, or movement of water out of the cell. Clear? Why does it take place? Because concentration of water inside the cell, that is high compared to the surrounding medium. So according to osmosis, the movement of substance that takes place from its higher concentration to lower concentration, as a result of such kind of movement, the water from the cell, okay, water from the cell, because cell is having higher concentration of water, so water from the cell that will move outside. Clear? So such type of movement is known as exosmosis. Okay, exosmosis, that means loss of water from the cell to its surrounding medium to equalize the concentration difference between these two. Clear? Such a process is known as, or such type of osmosis is known as exosmosis. So due to exosmosis, what will happen? The size of cell will decrease, or shrinkage of cell, that process is known as shrinkage of cell. So shrinkage of cell will take place, due to which the size of cell will decreases. Then the third type of solution, that is hypotonic solution. Hypo means low concentration. So inside the cell, just opposite to hypertonic solution, here inside the cell is having lower concentration of water. That means 80% of water and 20% of sodium chloride or salt. Then outside the medium, that is 90% of water and 10% of salt or sodium chloride. That means the concentration that is low inside the cell compared with surrounding medium. So inside the cell is having low concentration of water, and the surrounding medium that is having high concentration of water. So normally what will happen is, according to osmosis, movement of water will take place from its higher concentration to lower concentration. That means here movement will take place from this higher concentration. That means water will enter into the cell. Entry of water into the cell. On the other hand, in case of hypertonic solution, excess of water. Water will move outside the cell to equalize concentration. Same concentration. But here there is entry of water into the cell from its surrounding medium. And what will happen? Both inside the cell as well as outside the cell will become same concentration of water, or to equalize that concentration difference. Then such type of movement or osmosis is known as endosmosis. Endosmosis. So here during endosmosis, water will enter into the cell, or entry of water into the cell takes place. So entry of water into the cell, that type of osmosis is known as endosmosis. So due to endosmosis, what will happen to the size of the cell? The size of the cell will increase. Or we can say that there is increase in the size of the cell due to endosmosis. Endosmosis means that is movement of substances that takes place into the cell, or movement of particles into the cell to equalize the concentration difference. So as a result of this, or as a result of entry of water into the cell, this cell will increase its size, or cell will swell up. You can see that cell will swell up. Swelling, or cell will swell up, or there is increase in the size of the cell. Cell division. Cell division means it is the process that takes place in the cell to multiply its number, or to increase its number. Clear? So the process of division that takes place in the cell, that is known as cell division. So already we know that all cells that arise from pre-existing cell, that according to Rudolf Virchow, he said that omnicellula is cellular. That means all the cells that arise from pre-existing cells. So newly cells are formed from pre-existing cells, or newly cells are formed from already existing cells. So during mitosis, the nucleus of the cell that will divide into two, as well as the subsequent division of cytoplasm into two, and it results in the generation of two daughter cells. Clear? That is normally takes place in all the cells of the body. Clear? Then normally there are two types of cell division is there. Two types of cell divisions takes place in. That is, one is mitosis and another one that is meiosis. So mitosis and meiosis. So look at the figure. This is a diagram which is showing simple cell division like mitosis. So the parental cell that will undergo division. How does it undergo division? Firstly, the nucleus of the cell that will divide into two. Then the cytoplasm that also divide into equally, or equal division of nucleus as well as equal division of cytoplasm, and it leads to the formation of two daughter cells. So we can say these two are known as daughter cell, and this one that is known as the mother cell or the parental cell. So this is the actual mechanism. In simple way we can say that this is the actual mechanism that takes place in case of mitosis. So there is two kinds of cell division, two types of cell divisions are there. One is mitosis and another one that is meiosis. So mitosis means that is the cell division that mostly takes place in all the bodily cells. All the bodily cells, they together known as somatic cells. Somatic cells means all body cells. Okay, somatic cell means that is body cells. So the type of division that it takes place in the body, or takes place in all the body cells, that is known as mitosis. Clear? Then meiosis means that is a particular type of division that takes place only in sex cells or only in gametic cells. Sex cells or gametic cells. So sex cells or gametic cells, they shows meiosis or meiotic division. So, once again, mitosis means that is the cell division which takes place in somatic cells or all the bodily cells. On the other hand, meiosis means such type of division that it takes place only in reproductive cells. Okay, only in reproductive cells or only in gametic cells. Gametic cells means the cell which forms gametes, male gametes as well as female gametes. In case of human beings, sperms will form male gamete and egg or ovum that forms female gametes. In case of plants, pollen grain. In case of plants, pollen grains are known as male gamete. On the other hand, ovule which present inside the ovary, that is known as female gamete. So, meiosis takes place in pollen grain, ovules as well as in case of sperm cells as well as in the ovum cells. Because they are known as gametic cells or sex cells in case of plants as well as in case of animals. Then, the process of mitosis that is known as equational division. Mitosis is known as equational division. On the other hand, meiosis is known as reductional division. Meiosis is known as reductional division. Because this equational division means the parental cell that it undergo division and it results in the formation of two daughter cells. And both these daughter cells are having same number of chromosomes as that of parental cell. That is why they are known as equational division, equal. On the other hand, reductional division or meiosis means during this meiosis that takes place in gametic cells, due to this meiosis there is reduction in the number of chromosomes. Clear? If the parental cell is having complete set of chromosomes, on the other hand, the resultant daughter cells they will have, or the newly formed cell or that gametic cells or that gamete will have only half set of chromosome compared with that parental cell. Clear? That means, suppose in case of human beings, the total number of chromosome that is 46. Total number of chromosome 46, or we can write like this 2n. 2n means complete set of chromosome, that is known as diploid condition. Then at the time of meiotic division or during spermatogenesis or during oogenesis, spermatogenesis means that is the process of formation of sperm and oogenesis means that is the process of formation of ovum. So during spermatogenesis as well as during oogenesis, these gametic cells undergo, in case of human beings, the total number of chromosome that is 46. So, total number of chromosome that is 46. 46. Then during meiosis, what happens? The reproductive cell or gametic cell or the gamete that undergo reductional division and it results in the reduction of chromosome number to half of the set. So, half the set of chromosome that is present in case of sperm as well as ovum. So, in case of 46, that means we can say that it is a complete set of chromosome or such condition is known as 2n. 2n or it is termed as diploid condition. Diploid condition. So, 2n, the chromosome number 2n that is represented like this 2n or diploid condition. So total set of chromosome that is 46. Then in case of sperm, due to this meiotic division, it will have only half set of chromosome that means 23. As well as in case of ovum that also will have half set of chromosome that is only 23. So this condition is known as, instead of 2n, this is known as n or haploid chromosome or haploid set of chromosome. That means only half the set of chromosome that is present in case of sperm as well as ovum. Then at the time of fertilization, the fusion of the sperm as well as ovum, it results in the joining of this half the set n plus n and the resultant young one or that resultant young one or the resultant young one will get again 2n or diploid set of chromosome, that means total number of chromosome that is 46. So this is the actual mechanism that it takes place in case of meiosis or meiotic division. So the main differences between mitosis and meiosis, normally this mitosis that is takes place in asexual cells, that means all the bodily cells, or in the somatic cells of the body, somatic cells. Then meiosis that takes place in sexual cells or gametic cells or reproductive cells or gametic cells. And mitosis, during mitosis the cell that divides only once. In case of meiosis, the cell will divide twice or twice. As a result of that, 4 daughter cells are formed, and in case of mitosis only 2 daughter cells are formed. Then in case of mitosis, it is known as reductional division. Not reductional division, mitosis is known as equational division. Mitosis, it is known as equational division. Equational division. So that the genetic information that is identical to the parent. On the other hand, meiosis, that is known as reductional division. Reductional division. So the reduction, half the set of chromosome is present. That is why the genetic information that is different compared with that gametic cells or the parental cell which undergo division. So these are the main differences between mitosis as well as meiosis.